kind of panicked,
Fortunately,
scrambled.
Bardov's got the converted chargeable version.
Oh, okay. That was premium back.
I mean, I don't think we even did that.
Don't know what year the Tamagotchis came
Or the
out.
lithium ion.
I'm trying with 1994 here, but you guys can see that the funny business can stop because the freeze time's ticking on down.
All right. Couldn't really be more of the business end of this best of one. Opening game for Entropic and Big, and every team looking to start off strong, of course. He says, a sentence with absolutely no substance. That's my specialty. Sentence with absolutely no substance. Let's get into it. Let's see if they can have something as decisive as the previous. Like Entropic, that's the first round we can have some time where it does look like the previous. Like Entropic, that's the first round we can have some time where it does look like the previous. Like Entropic, that's the first round we can have some time where it does look like.
Saracen's got one pinned. Forrester is in a bit of trouble.
And they've got Tabson this time responsible for the yard cross. Forrester could catch Searson out, but he's quick. Oh, the reflexes. Loud, yeah. And he's heard people drop Secret as well, so bit of a weird one for Searson to deal with.
He slipped past twice, but Searson looks aware and hits the shot. 4v5.
Okay. Problem now, and actually looking to change it up. They smoke lockers on the fly. This is an on-the-fly call, Chad. And they will clear him out. Nickelback again with impact. Tabson could have and should have perhaps had more than one.
They're swarming heaven.
Still 60 seconds on this, and they're going for that counter boost. Now, this could lead to a bit of an element of surprise here. If he hurries up, you can see Gade got pace on the mind. He wants to close this gap and just about tucks in.
Oh, he's going to hide.
Yeah, that's perfect. The barrel won't be spotted. Instead, changes his mind, looking for an off-angle. One of the two required. And they've still got time to cook this one up. The bomb was spotted, though. Lackey had that equipped, and he was the one to trade. And so into the low site they go. Quick catch. Crowd unable to support. The bomb, however, now planted, and Elian's in a great position to provide some covering fire. Oh, just shy. Searson provides. It's up to Lackey now. Entropic counting on Lackey. 48 points of health. 2 barreling towards him. Rifles equipped. Needs them both and denied. Big Clan will take it with some extra time to spare and a round for good measure. 16 to 30.
Close. They didn't get it done in the easy way by any mean, right? They were forced across the line. They were forced into some whoopsies. Some moments there that we were scratching our head from both sides, like that round in lobby where Gade got caught with the bomb, and then it's like they're retaking lobby, and it was an odd one. It was definitely an odd one here, but Big get across the line. I think that was the expected result. Entropic are one of these teams that are a bit of a bogey team. They could have come in, they could have caught fire, they could have had a very good land performance, but that's just the first best of one.
Quick question for you. Would you have said that, because that's not the Big Clan I was expecting in terms of, I got them in my pick'em. I think they were, prep heavy team and they knew their opponent, etc. Was that chaos or the way that felt a product of Entropic, or was that also Big Clan looking a little wobbly in game one?
I think like they were going for like a very, very structured game plan right there, and I know that it looked chaotic, but I think that's why it looked chaotic, because they weren't able to get away with it cleanly. Right? If they were able to do the structure cleanly, then sure, it would have been no dramas, but around like this here, they're walking through a smoke and 3 of them are getting mowed on down, right? So there's little bits and bobs that don't look great. This one here, Searson having a catch too. He also on the pistol round of the T-half got 4 kills. So I think the individual moments actually ended up saving Big here.
That round. I completely forgot about the Gade ladder nonsense.
Like, that's the thing. You tally these up. I think Big kind of saved themselves in some of these moments here. I don't think Entropic, necessarily played great or played badly. I don't think either team played fantastically well here, right? I think it was just that grind. I've used that word quite a lot. There's another impact round. Keto with 3 kills on the pistol. I'm sure these multi-kill rounds, I don't have the figures right in front of me, but that's going to be the differentiating factor, at least in my mind, for this one. Yeah,
and credit, of course, to be given to Gade, not only stepping into the LAN realms again with the boys, but delivering a couple of high impactful rounds. Of course, the oopsie is there as well. But yeah, a discombobulated Big, pull it across the line in 29 rounds of regulation. It sets the scene interestingly for the coming games. We get to see Entropic in there head-to-head and Big Clan as well.
Yeah, I obviously want to see a bit more of Big here. We're going to see plenty more of Big, right? But I think the next one we have next is Heroic versus TyLoo on the mainstream here. So I think we'll go to a break.
I think
we'll come on back, and you guys wait. I was a little bit early. I thought, see, this is why I don't do the throws. This is why they don't normally let me do this stuff, guys. It's not on my page.
Who do you think you are?
Yet. Yeah, sorry. I'm stealing that away from you. Do you want to do the honors? You do the honors.
I'll show you how it's done.
Okay.
Let's take a break.
Coming up next, Heroic versus TyLoo.
Your favorites will play soon. You hope for the win. Excited about the game. But something has changed. You start to doubt. Will they pull it off? Or will they drift away? You pull yourself together. Because you're sure they're revved up to win. You know they've prepared. They've picked the right course. And even when there's no chance, you believe they will win. GG Bet. Be excited.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're back for the PGL Stockholm Major 2021. It's the first day, and it's been rife with first day vibes.
Yeah, just how it normally goes, but it's all right. We're getting past those now.
Daddy Volvo, they're always treating us.
It's fun. We like it. You know, it keeps everybody on their toes. And I think this next matchup is going to keep Heroic on their toes. Heroic versus TyLoo. Now, TyLoo, I have a lot of experience playing against the Chinese teams from back in the day, and it was always difficult to understand what they were going to be throwing your way. And I think we might get more of that today because they've been removed from the international scene for this entire online era.
We're talking, yeah, and remind you, this online era is not, 6 months. The full 2 years, we really have not got to see this kind of competition for the boys of TyLoo. There's been a whole up and down. Vici Gaming looking dominant in the region for a long time. TyLoo have now kind of bucked that trend and returned to the fray.
Yeah, it's been weird. They've kind of done like a relay. Because for a period of time it was TyLoo, and then Vici went, well, we'll take that. And then TyLoo just now, before we get into the major, have come and taken it back. So obviously they have two new additions, Slowly and Dan King, with the names that we all know, right? Attacker in the mix. You've got Summer in the mix. These are somebody still going, right? These are names that you've been seeing on your screens from Chinese Counter-Strike for years. And then Heroic on the other side of things. Well, these are the Danish names that they've been in the headlines a lot for a lot of different reasons, but the type of Counter-Strike they have been able to play online is the type of Counter-Strike we want to see here on LAN, right?
Yeah.
Because this team is very exciting to watch.
Bingo. But that is the key and crucial point that we might not necessarily get answers to right now. We'll bring up the veto as we continue our conversation. But the question is Heroic, you can do it online, but it's clear there's had some jitters on the LAN world. You're coming into the first major in 2 years. It's all on LAN, baby. Let's see if they can get off to a really good start and find that footing individually as well. Some of the individuals don't quite get to look just as full of confidence. Ooh, careful now. And Inferno's confirmed as our last map.
Yeah.
Or first map.
I mean, yeah, well, yeah, first and last map. So you were right.
In every way.
In every single way.
But still
right
sounded
there.
stupid.
But I think it's interesting to see it going to Inferno right there. I would have been interested to see it go towards Vertigo because it's actually a map that TyLoo played a decent chunk of. So they've opted to go towards Inferno right now. And that's a map where I think it's hard to have the same level of experience as Heroic on that map just because of the type of Counter-Strike they're playing, right? The difference in that type of Counter-Strike, but we're underway, we're live, and we're going to get to see it in front of us unfolding. Shush across mid, 3 towards top banana, and, well, TyLoo are coming.
Oh, there's no doubt that Asian CS has the best names, but struggling in-game. Attacker with 1, but the rest fall by the wayside. They just threw bodies up banana, and look at their health. Good God. You've just been left 1 minute 30 with nothing, a grand total of nothing.
Yeah, it's not great either to be seeing them missing the half-wall flash so early as well. Those little details are things that are going to be integral as we move through this map right here, but still have a smoke to work with right now. They can lob that one over and link the CT with the coffins, but it should just be a stiff breeze here, and they'll be getting bowled on out of this one. Down blocks the smoke. 3 players linger over towards this bomb site here for Heroic. Creeping on in. Summer grabs one, but the trade is there, and it will just be somebody here. Not long for this world. Refresh will finish him off, and there you have it. 1-0 the start for Heroic. Now, really excited to see if we can get that. Really, we call them the fakey boys, right? And we got to see them at the height of their powers, just how quick they're able to react. That's one of the questions here is when you do make it on LAN and you're staring down the barrel of that type of environment, especially if they do make it as far as the audience, the arena, the Avicii arena, is how quick will you be able to react to the calls of your in-game leader or the information that's been given. But round 2, we'll see TyLoo opting on in with a bit of a buy here. Some Deagles, Tech-9, some light util as well, and a bit more of a slower pace out of this one.
Oh, that's brutal. You knew the bullets were coming. You see the bullet holes on the wall of ramp, and just on one of the bursts, you lose the first victim.
It'd be crazy if Stown gets off to like a super star-studded performance here. This would be a great place to get your confidence up, right, against TyLoo, because coming into this, I don't think too many people have them as a team going through this group stage. So for somebody like Heroic, a team who should be in the contender conversation, or at least close enough to, if they can come out and just beat them down, and Stown can have a really good game. He's one of these names here that I think can be really exciting for Heroic. There's another one, Refresh. If you're not familiar with his exploits as of late, probably type in Refresh 1v5 in YouTube and watch that one, because it's a really, really tasty round to sink your teeth into. But that's 2-0. They're likely to be 3-0 here as TyLoo limp out the gates. So Renegades lost to the Movistar Riders by the looks of things.
Okay, I mean, that was a toss-up. I think a lot of people were uncertain as to how that one would play out.
16-13 by the end of things there. So a close one.
What map did they end up on?
Ended up on Nuke.
Okay, a lot of people thought we might get an Inferno.
We have Mouse versus Sharks as well, and I think they'll be going down on Inferno. So we got both Infernos for both streams.
Lovely jubbly. Stown is continuing where he left off, and yeah, it is light from TyLoo. There's something back. Dan King puts one down range and into the dome of the Danish leader.
Can't catch a break right now.
I mean, do you remember the conversations we'd often have about TyLoo is like when they would get their close group stage exits, and it would be like, oh, if only they'd had more time on European soil. They couldn't have had less time on European soil.
Yeah, mechanically it was always the thing that we would look towards, and we would go, yeah, they can compete, but in terms of the type of counterstrike, that is a bit of a drama, but that's a nice shot.
Yeah, if he gets another, you really are cooking with gas, and he's had a couple of opportunities. They won't be given to him quickly or easily. Oh, that should, and Wiz refreshes frag, but there's a dig from Slowly. Falls by the wayside, and it's up to somebody to try and make something happen.
Who?
Somebody that I used to know.
Okay, all right. Well, I think somebody's going to get a plant right here. If he just beelines it for this B bomb site, he can plant. He can even smoke off towards CT spawn. Being able to pick up an MP9, this one starts to become a bit of a discussion here.
Opts for Coffins. Still 30 seconds on that bomb. He's a threat, you know. He could be anywhere. And there's the first frag. Now he can play time. Chad, this one is looking like a 1v2 out of nowhere. Fake and smoke, that's a scary combination.
10-second defuse. There's no kit here. He just has to...
He's just sitting it.
Oh, he killed him with the nade.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Well, okay. I didn't need the smoke. Didn't need it. Too easy. Just the nade. That's all it needed. Blink and you miss it around here. Well, that one almost got out of control, didn't it? But Heroic, they keep it together. It looked too good, right? The opening kills come on in. Dan King, yeah, sure, he's got a kill. No big dramas. Even this one after Summer, you're not too worried about this, but slowly taking off the head of Shush, it gets very, very interesting at this point. Somebody able to... Yeah, you can see just there the nade. It looked like it was miles away, so... Here we go. The guns are out. Dan King into the AWP. Katie in the same. Piran down middle here and actually wants to get a little bit jiggy with it. Is going to take a pick to second mid. Nobody home. Backs on off.
I do think we are, in this matchup in particular, going to get to see Heroic's flair.
You think?
Yeah.
Think they're going to be let off the leash a bit?
A little. I mean, I think Cadian's mid-push there was a good prime example of exactly what we'll be seeing a little more of. Because it's not like they don't have a lot of coordinated aggressive moves, especially here on their CT side. It's just, I suspect it's going to be something that they're going to be pulling out quite early and quite frequently. Dan King's whipping out that T-side AWP, and I wonder what he can do with it. I was going to say towards apartments, but now it looks like they are going to go for retake banana control.
They don't have control of anything right now. They're just at 1 minute starting to work on boiler and halls, right? You can see this U2 coming on through. That's going to allow Summer to start taking a look, and banana as well, as you mentioned, right? So they're about to walk into this. Double nades through. Chipped on down, attacker softened up to 64, and that's going to push them back towards this A bomb site. Wait, or is it?
I mean, the bomb's leaning that way, but it's not stopping Slowly from trying to take some contact play here. And Stown just greets him from the off angle. Not even a bullet down range, and they can escape in front of the smoke. That's a lovely little aggressive maneuver.
Another smoke as well.
Yeah.
Just going to lock them out.
And they've got, what, 10 seconds? Good luck.
They have to go through it.
Yep. And they will. Couple of high flashes. One by one. Single file. Summer does contribute in a massive way. That's a very disruptive incendiary. The safe plant denied, and he's ready for the push. No, he's not. Doesn't pull the trigger. Cadian pantsed. Refresh, however, threatening on the retake. He didn't catch a glimpse of any more. And Dan King's off. Surely the perfect weapon for the job. CSGO'd on the first. Not going to happen for the following. Heroic 3, TyLoo 1.
All right, well, the ramifications of that Stown round with the nade kill to finish it off and get the defuse is going to be felt here immediately because he was the only man standing. There's not a lot of cash carried over for Heroic here, and TyLoo, I don't know if they've broken Heroic here, but they've definitely battered them significantly. It's going to be a question mark of whether Heroic want to invest here behind, or if they want to opt for a bit of a save scenario and purchase in the next. So it's going to be a timeout to immediately discuss that. And if you notice there on the hero shots that we had of the teams, Exist, the coach of Heroic now. So this is apparently a bit of a temporary scenario, going to feel each other out, see how things end up falling in place. But having Exist there, getting him to chime in early, it's going to be interesting to see that dynamic. If you're unfamiliar with the coaching woes of Heroic, that's another thing I recommend you give a bit of a Google.
Certainly, but I mean, you know what? Just talking to... who was I talking to? It was Cadian and someone else. Cadian and Refresh in a sit-down over in Stockholm a couple of weeks ago, just asking about like who's taking on the extra load in the absence of Hunden, and well, the answer was everyone. Yeah, the entire squad. So I think the trial of Exist is not only to try him out and let him stretch his legs and give the role a go, it's also just for them to have some of the heavy-duty hard work done by a third party. Yeah, you want your players focusing on things that aren't, you know, outside of their realm. And here comes Attacker. Now, I imagine this is just going to be a little lone, pokey, proddy mission. You can see, in fact, the minimap embodies that. And with
pretty passive, isn't it?
Yeah, a full stack. So he's going to be sitting there looking to park the bus, catch any CT aggressive maneuvers, which is exactly what he might get. Yep, hello. I had at least 2 steps.
Yeah, at this point, though, you'd think they'd start getting a bit of a move on towards A to claw back some space, but nothing just yet.
They tried to fake the speedway rotate because they know of this potential for Attacker to be tucked in, and now re-stacking up on B.
It's the right gamble stack call. Like we can still see it's
worked.
100%. They have top mid. Like I think Shush is the one giving them info for that right now, not Cadian even.
Can't afford to lose a penny here. Coffins, double Coffins, catches them off. The Dinks are good. The Dinks are too good. Stone's taken 2 heads. It does calm down. It should and will calm down. Bomb can be planted. Just down with some great contributions. A chance as well for Cadian to get a little bit more done, but there you have it. TyLoo do recover. A couple of casualties where they didn't want them. But 3-2, the scoreline gap closed.
Okay, so it feels early that TyLoo don't want to get involved in any of this silly banana control business, right? Like, it's one of the hottest topics that we have on a map like this about... Oh, yeah, look at this. Beautiful stuff here from South. The fact he was able to just calm himself down there to get the second, good shooting. But if TyLoo were opting to play this slowly in every single round, then the adjustment that needs to come out from Heroic is being a little bit more stoic with their nades, right? Trying to hold on to that, be a bit more conservative. Flash. Mid, Cadian's off the line.
Oh, this looks quick.
Yeah, it's a pace change. They're getting barrel straight up.
Yeah, okay, safe. Just a little too deep on the flash, full vision, 1 for 1, and Cadian's sticking around for more. Oh, he sets all the info and the frag. Shush knows it's a short side push, and Cadian's even trying to provide some additional support. They're into the site now. The smoke has guised them. A good catch from Shush, but can they clear him? Somebody's so low, he shouldn't be able to get this bomb down.
We should even think about bailing here. Like, committing to this A site just seems like a death sentence right now.
That's nice. He's actually managed to slip away.
Let's pull the full rotation here. B-bomb site is open again. Now, we've already seen somebody just go around the world here and get that bomb down. If he gets a move on now, he can do the same, but they don't have this vision. They can't see that everybody from Heroic has rotated into the side. But Danking, yes, he has that rotation.
What a gamer. Holding that rotation in the arch, and now on the ready re-peek is Cadian. Danking might catch him, not to be. Bomb to be planted, but at least he's kept their feet planted on A. He's kept them planted for somebody to give it another go. A second bite of the 1v2 Cherry.
Oh, there's no nade this time to deal with him here unless that gets scooped up on the way over. Bomb goes down, the post-plant position, looking like he's opting for Banana here, and he will have a fight coming his way.
It's going to be a 1v1 at least. You know, you talk about isolating Jules, and damn! Somebody strikes down, booked. And he's even got a Molotov, Chad.
Yeah, but so does Shush here.
Interesting. Oh, and he doesn't have the HP to swing on it, so if he gets that floor laden with flame, it is a 10-second defuse, though. Is the molly good? Oh, going wide. Shush should have it. 10-second defuse, so he needs to be on it now.
Oh, well handled there.
Shush keeping the coolest of heads on his shoulders there.
Let's see how good our timer is, shall we? 3, 2, 1.
Bloody and brilliant.
All right, well, good stuff there. And another nail-biter for Heroic. So what started very quite flat for TyLoo, these last few have actually had a little bit behind them here. A pace change. They barreled on up. If their flash was a tiny bit better, Cadian's blind, they probably get up without too many hassles whatsoever. So the devil is in the details here. Back in with the AKs. Another good plant. A rifle round equipped, and take a little bit of a look at Heroic Spy. They have 3 SMGs, 3 MP9s here.
Prioritizing a load of util. You said they want to hold on to it. Well, we are going to be seeing a lot of early HEs, and Stown taking some liberties here. Some heavy ones. Full control of Banana ahead of the CT smoke, and Danking's pot shot wasn't too far off, spanking his bottom.
All right, they've rejigged this CT setup very quickly here, and they're actually even looking like they want to go for a 4-man gamble stack. So rotating back on over, Stown will be the lone defender of this B bomb site here. Left himself with a Molotov, and the jiggles, the jumps, that's what they're going to be looking for. Long side smoked on off. Top mid control is being given here. Mid from Cadian, not going to find anything whatsoever. He can smoke if he wants to lock them on out here, but TyLoo will be using this to their advantage. The next piece of the puzzle they need to get is this full Banana control. So top mid, sure, but Banana necessary, and we're looking at about 45 seconds on the clock now. Stown calls for aid, still has this molly in his hands, and he actually drops it out quite early here.
Is that... For a second, it looked like that was enough to call the cancel. The CT smoke was in the air. So the util's been very well timed here, and the smoke indicative of full Banana control. They're looking for a bit of a cheeky split here.
This is a huge gap. Nobody's watching mid to B whatsoever.
And they just smoked Moto. This is dreamy.
It's going to be a 2v5 on the B side.
Stown, you're good, but you're going to have to be great. One rifle on this site to defend it. Tess is trying to disrupt. There's 10 seconds. 10, and some are ready for action. It could not have been closer, Chad. They get it down with a second to spare. Bomb now ticking, and Heroic. What are you supposed to do with that? Couple of MP9s scattered around the T apartments.
Summer keeps having a look here. They might get themselves a lovely little upgrade, but that was some great shooting from Summer there in pressure moments. So, yeah, patience the name of the game right now for TyLoo.
I mean, all it would have taken there was a slightly delay. Like, Tessus gets one. You've got 5 seconds. You're rushing the plants down, denies, and once someone's living in T apartments, it's over.
I can't believe Summer's even starting to hunt on this lower HP. Like, if he was going to save, he would have just tucked himself in T spawn. So he is being active on this, same as Danking. You don't want to give away either of these rifles here to the MP9s, and everybody's going to get to hold on to their goodies. Bomb goes off. Round secured. 4-3. 1 in it. Not looking too bad for TyLoo. They've been able to pip some of these gaps here, and even when they have gone towards the stacks on those ecos, they've been able to handle it. Now, if you're going to be heroic, a save necessary. Not a save necessary, a buy necessary indeed. So, Deagles, some armor to go with it. They've gone all in on this one.
This would be a good indicator of how TyLoo can handle their European force buys.
This is the harder rounds to win, right? If they're able to hold on here. They just naded it, so that, I was going to say not expecting logs, they drop a molly as well, so slowly wondering how much he has to wait out. But there's just a lot of posturing here. Again, just TyLoo waiting for Heroic to give them something, to give them anything. Really patient stuff.
And the clock yet to really bite them. A couple of very last second plants, but some threatening 1v2 situations.
If you Summer here, you cannot go while that mid smoke is up, because you just see how many CTs are on the other side here. Clamping down, they have 4 players top mid, starting to peek on in.
Ooh. And jumping into the jaws. A 1-for-1 trade. Cadian baits the crosshair. Shush collects. That's the swing. He was ready for it. Somebody surely going to go down. And he will. Tessus aggresses. Stown trying to play anti, and he is in a prime position. Unloads his mag, finds an AK. He's trying to survive. The tracer fires there. He does find Attacker. Blind in the smoke. It's up to Danking, and a Heroic no-scope makes the 1v2 realistic. Make it 1v3. He's just got one more to find. And Refresh has been given the gift of time. It's not like he can go A now. He's closed the gap, and Danking, ooh, at least gets the info and should have an uncontested plant here. Should. Refresh readies himself for war. In the angle, he lingers, and that sharp shooting. The Dane again secures it, and that's what, 3 1v1s going Heroic's way, Chad.
Yeah, good stuff from Refresh there. Just having a little bit of a look for the AWP right now to see if he can find that one and carry it through for the boss man, Acadian. But yeah, that one almost got out of control as well. Now that was the upgrade of the pistols, the MP9s carried through, and the saved AK of Shush. And you could see Heroic were being active there. Now, it wasn't active initially, right? They weren't active out the gates. They had that top mid setup with 4 players, looking great. And you have to give a big thumbs up to Stown here. 2 kills for him.
He's done 155 ADR.
On Stown?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I can't see that from here. My eyes are...
Yeah, it's grey on black. It's not...
Well... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, I got it here in front of me. All right.
I don't know if that was correct, but it looks like a
might
big
pop
number.
Up in a second. I'm looking intently right now, but that was the thing I was saying, right? If Stown can get off to a really good game, like if he can be that star fragger, because I remember when I would always talk about Heroic, it was with Stown at the top of my list, but that hasn't necessarily been the case. This has been quite a high skill ceiling team with a lot of different individuals showing up. And this is before we even talk about the Nico and Burrup version of this team as well. Like we kind of just talk about Heroic as this one big entity over the online era. 5-3, guns back out. Consecutive rounds now for either side. TyLoo, will there be another pace change? Deep mid smoke lobbed on out. Gives him a bit of a buffer here to dissuade any of those faster mid pops, and can also drop that utility deeper on that CT side. Warning shots exchanged. AWP will be noted. A bit of chip damage there to slowly. So again, wanting to get that mid control. They've done the porch boost here to maintain some information. Happy to give up banana control and have the stack. Meanwhile, keeping top mid under the CT side remit.
You can see the setup here. So Acadian gets to pull the trigger, and then a reactive flash to stop any swings. It's down to hunt you down. Oh, he gets the info. Look at his moves. He's got punished for it. Acadian did connect with his AWP. See a complete relocation, a rejigging again of Heroic. They do like to keep it dynamic, and it's a
gamble staff. They've just completely left banana off for that. Yeah, this is quite ballsy here. They still have mid info, so I don't know what's spurred on this rotation, but it's the wrong one. The B bomb site is open right now. If they get a move on now, they can get back in position before they lose the site, but it would have to be now. Yeah,
well, especially now Refresh has dealt with somebody. Tessus loves to get that smoke down before they arrive. I think he's just made it in time. Oh, and it's at the 30-second mark, Chad. It's absolutely brutal for TyLoo. Even has a
molly to work with as well.
Oh, he can put that behind it. There's a flash in support. Heroic have booked him here. Yeah, molly pull. The plant's going to be denied. There's a flash for good measure. You're looking one way or the other, and there is the strike. That is the dunk. Heroic looking set for 6.
Yeah, this was tidy stuff there. The gamble looks super risky, but some are still alive.
There you go. A nice chance for the first, and even a chance at the second.
Jeez.
Acadian, what are you up to, my man?
Coming out grey screen.
Yeah.
Giving him a chance. We've all seen what happens there. Jeez, okay. 6-3. Keeping himself ahead here, Heroic.
We're going to have one round in this one, Chad, I'm telling you now. We're going to have one of, you know what we just saw from Pain? We're going to have one of the,
you reckon?
The ridiculousness.
Just a mental moment?
Yeah, I don't know if it's coming from the Danes or TyLoo, but it's in the water for sure.
We've been kept pretty humble on the mainstream today. There hasn't been any crazy plays. I think the Sirius and 4K on the Glock round wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But
other than that, I think just the Astralis Copenhagen result was as a result that surprised, not so much the individual.
No, farming for Stown now.
We are farmers.
It's going to be how many can he get is the real question here. Is it going to be 2, 3? Yes, again, like TyLoo still back 3 of them T-stairs. 2 of them working slowly. Second mid to mid, 1 apartment. So there is a gap right now. Like Stown has gone through without any resistance.
Yeah, this is the dream situation for Stown, right? When you've been given the freedom to let off the leash, and while his teammate might find all the hard work, never mind, now he can strike. It's long range though, not ideal, choosing to bide his time, and now peppering them up. There's all 3. Lovely control of the MP9 in the end. The 4 for good measure.
Yeah, is he going to get the AK? Look like he's going to get across there in time. So, not the end of the world here, but now quite the commanding lead for Heroic, 7-3. Felt like there were moments early for TyLoo, and there still is. It's a long half ahead of us here, but they need to show us that they have a little bit more than sitting back waiting, hitting the A bomb site, and then rotating towards B. That's about it, really. No HEs right now, or make that 1. A couple of flashes, smokes to work with as well, and they're going into the default spread again, right? Default spread once more, 3-second mid, passive. Oh, Cadian. Well, there goes half your health.
Yeah, little sacrifice to the Flame God.
It must be a dream right now if you're Heroic. Yeah, so they just kind of gave us banana every round.
Yeah, we just did a deep smoke and no one came through it.
And then we just like rotated and played 4A.
And could just jump at the half wall for info.
Kept the AWP mobile the entire time. Like, you're not getting pressured in banana whatsoever. And I understand, like, if that's your game plan of TyLoo to go for this here and let them use all their utility and then take it, like, that's fine. But it just looks, for Heroic, there's not too many dramas for them early in these rounds. They're just going through the paces.
Good nade. Right on the money. They do manage to evade it, but zones them out. 50 seconds.
It's like we're watching Virtus Pro right now.
It is, yeah. Very reminiscent of the old school. You can see there's almost indecision, like a conversation happening in real time. 38 seconds, and they could even boost for info if they fancied it. He's just gonna be flashed off the line. That's enough to keep their feet planted, but
no
what are you doing?
No one's seen another player. We've had 1 minute and 30 seconds, and no one has seen another player.
Yeah, it's 24 as they commit A. 20. When do they go? Util in the sky. The flash from Shush should do a lot. Back's already in turn, and oh, he's in the site. That's damage, a chance. Danking goes down, 10 seconds. They're still up in pit. They might do something, Chad. They need to be planting. They do get the headshots necessary. Now.
I don't think there's time. It's going to be so close.
He's on it.
Just
gets it down. They extend play, only for a second. Somebody again in a 1v2. The poor soul never seems to get health for the clutches. And they're grouping up. They're not porch boosting, are they? No, still just lingering. Oh, confirms his position. And surely can just group up. One bullet will do it. He's repositioned and dealt with the first. Somebody, third time's the charm. Looking for it. Down, just needs to find one bullet. The elusive bullet. Playing with the angles, playing with the clock. And just a couple of seconds shy.
Has to find the bomb. Oh!
It's another 1 second defuse.
It's going to be close.
It's another 1 second. Oh! Heartbreak for TyLoo. Leave them alone. Cardiac arrest. It's just so, it just doesn't seem fair. The clock on the boys' side. Heroic just again by a gnat's wing. Pull out another round in the 1v1, and somebody at this point wants to put his fist through his desk. That was the closest he's come.
I can't believe the trades even started to fall in their favor here.
Right.
It was like, what was it, 22 seconds as they started to hit onto the site, and then they were stalled out by utility. They were flashed off, and they still managed to get the bomb down and find themselves in a one-on-one situation. Like, Heroic are just getting through these rounds. I'd hate to see how this one looked.
0.2 seconds in it, Chad.
Holy moly, red beans and ravioli. All right.
Wow.
Close stuff here. Okay, what do you need to do, TyLoo, to get this one done? Well, getting that bomb down again.
0.2, yeah. Wow,
Okay. Well, the AK's back out. Util is lighter every time, right? Because, sure, they can buy because of the bomb going down, because of the loss bonus, but there's nothing to work with.
Oh, this is so aggressive. It's down. He's throwing some aggression and some flair into the mix, and yeah, it's going to be punished. Danking's just taken 2 of them straight out. This has to be TyLoo's round.
Has to be.
They got greedy, and now just looking to ruin their day. No, he's been checked. Refresh had them all on a silver platter for a second. It's still a competitive round.
Shush got a kill. They know exactly where he is.
Okay.
He has to be coming from this angle, either here or halls.
So advantage definitely nullified, and then some. Attacker set for success here. The information's gathered and can't adjust his crosshair. Tessus will punish.
Look at his nade set.
Has to be TyLoo's. Tessus got every nade under the sun. This is the frag. Somebody needs it now, and he will take them both. Delivers the 4th. TyLoo convert off of Danking's openings.
All right, well, finally, they're able to break this. Like, it's just felt like such a struggle here, and it's felt like a long time between rounds here for TyLoo. Heroic humbled, however, and yeah, this was Danking with 2 great ones. So on that first kill for Caden, he spots Stown as well. Stown was looking a bit whiffy there, a little bit worried about the stampeding footsteps up second mid. But really good shooting, and then somebody just from the top rope here able to hail down some pain. It is going to be a bit of a hodgepodge buy. So an AWP, a FAMAS, an MP9, and 2 pistols here. There's the opener. Cadian with a great shot. Attacker's dead, the 4v5, and now TyLoo know what they're walking into.
But this is their first taste. They're like, okay, let's try Banana.
Let's see what it's about.
You know what? Like, maybe the pro teams do it.
We'll see how it is.
Let's see what it's like.
Attacker is really not happy with how that one went down.
Well, you lose a player and a half as a nade chunks slowly down to 43.
I think they were expecting that would have been enough to have broken Heroic here, and that's the thing when you're going for a buy like this and you're even going to be scooping yourself up an extra smokes down, getting cheeky with it.
Graceful. When you're the solo B player and you're still staring at your smoke, that's the confidence we were talking about.
The fact he's been able to scoop up another one as well here, right? Like, they're just going to leave him and hedge again towards A. These A stacks from Heroic have paid off time and time again, but
if they linger too much, Chad, if there's an extra 10 seconds, okay, looks like they won't. There's real intent here. They might go through. The flash, he understands the state of play. TyLoo are breaking down the barriers. This boost, though, surely anticipated. There will be a crosshair on it. It's somebody. A couple of pre-fires. A good spray. Down does get up, but will he evade the spray? He does. Just about. A man advantage for this retake. This is a real gap closer opportunity for TyLoo. A very deep CT smoke, but that does work. It completely locks them out of going through that. You just don't know the uncertainty enough to force your hand, and so 3 coming in from the coffin position. It's all on slowly. 1 of the frags required. It's a 2-on-2. Time-sensitive mission for the Danes, but they are still hitting shots. Problem, again, somebody thrust into the clutch, and he pulls it home. 2 headshots straight through the corner. TyLoo given the gift from somebody once again. There's 5.
You got to be loving it now. He's starting to get activated here. Look, he didn't win those clutches earlier, and it was starting to hurt. But now they've put himself in a fantastic position. Back-to-back rounds from TyLoo now. It's broken the bank of Heroic. It's put themselves in a position where they can close this gap. They can find themselves staring down the barrel of an 8-7 first half. This is looking good now.
Yeah, brilliant.
It has been slow. It has been tedious. It's been like pulling teeth at moments. But they've gotten what they're looking for here, and you can see Cadian's force-bought in, right? At this point of the game, you have 2 horrible discussions. Do we force buy now and have an average buy, and next round we'll also have an average buy, or do we eco now and then still next round have an average buy? Well, let's go for 2 average buys,
lesser of the 2 evils.
Yeah, so 2 cracks at this. But realistically, the last 3 rounds of their half here will all have been suboptimal, right? Last round they had, what, a FAMAS, an AWP, and an MP9 with 2 pistols. Now they just have 5 pistols. The next round it's going to be SMGs and pistols again. So TyLoo, somehow they put themselves in the power position here. They can't win the half, but 8-7, not bad.
Considering how it's been looking and how hard done by they've been at times, of course, the 0.2 milliseconds.
Yeah, they're such close rounds, right? And that's a lot of that has been through Stown. He has been very good. 22 kills for him. The next closest on his team, Alex, is Cadian with 9. So maybe we should be singing his praises a little bit louder here. 22 kills.
Jeez, down into the 20s before anyone breaches 10.
Yeah, like on the other side of things, somebody with 11. We got 12 for Summer. Sorry, somebody with 13. It's Dan King with 11.
But yeah, this is their opportunity now. Like, you can wipe the slate clean of all those real, like, hard done by close last second clutches and 1v1s. If you can cleanly convert up against a wounded Heroic here, economically for sure.
That smoke right there from Stown, right? It's very defensive, and they know that they've showed nothing top Banana, right? TyLoo, hold up a second. Summer.
They're grouping up.
They're coming back.
Into the app stack. Cadian will hear this soon. Shush will too. Relays that information. Oh, an opportunity, and a huge one. Will he strike? It's hard.
No,
he's missed his
it.
shot, and so will
they're all
Shush.
flubbing it.
Too much for them to handle. TyLoo have now broken into the A site, and Attacker gets his 1v1s. 1 by 1, they will fall. Only Stown. They know he's the B player, likely rotated in after all of this kerfuffle. And already working with a scrap of HP.
Yeah, they're even going to hunt him down here. Why the hell not? Things are starting to turn. The tide in this one here completely shifted now. 8-6, 1 more round in this first half. And again, you're going to see what I'm talking about, that buy, 2.4k. That's all they have to spend. It's going to be very similar scenes to what you just saw them purchase. Deagles with util, maybe some MP9s. That's the best they have to boast right now. And that was actually a really good opportunity for Heroic. They had 2 players behind them, and they flubbed the shots. They missed the shots. You're not going to get many opportunities like that.
We get that T-side AWP out again. It's up against those, as you discussed, 2 bites of the same buy. Deagles and a nice mix-up for the MP9. Shush kept very honest so far.
This is looking a bit more active. Flash and go.
Yeah, and slowly the spread could get him. And he throws out the smoke. It's so telegraphed. It's down a chance. Denied. Good spray. And he makes it 2. B site should be open for business. A 2-1 split of what little remains from Heroic, and Refresh is even considering the gamble as well.
I can't believe how much this game has changed.
Yeah.
We're sitting at 7-3, I think the scoreline was, and it's like, okay, well, TyLoo, they can win just by melting down the clock and hopefully out-rotating Heroic. But now, once they broke that economy, Heroic have just fallen into that trap, right? They've been left with not too many options here, and 3 rounds on the trot to lose the half with rubbish buys, realistically, and back towards B. So after not going B whatsoever, not going for the banana control, TyLoo are testing their luck here again late, and it's looking like it's working time and time again. Smoke's over, nobody home. The gamble stack from Heroic this time over towards the A bomb site, and as they hear those smokes bloom, as they hear those flashes off in the distance, they know that they've gambled incorrectly. And look how safe TyLoo are playing this. There's no rush. They're sending slowly ahead of the pack. They're sending him in to make sure nobody's home. The bomb comes across now. The mid-rotation's still held. The bomb will go down, and this is almost guaranteed right now to be the 7th.
I mean, what a fantastic second half of our first here. Like TyLoo reinvigorated. And they're just now leaving the A site. I mean, you don't have to be a genius to see how this one ends.
Oh, somebody as well. Yeah, look, even if they get a kill or 2 here, somebody's got them all.
Yeah, that's if Danking doesn't lock them down. Bait and switch. Oh, Danking. Lovely finish. Good sequence on the AWP. And tying it right up. TyLoo 7, Heroic 8. Swapping sides. TyLoo heading over into the defense, Chad. And that gives me some grounds to believe that there is a world where TyLoo can take a huge and heavy scalp.
This is already much more competitive than I thought it was going to be. In my mind, I'm wanting to see the Heroic hit the ground running. I'm wanting to see the Heroic that we've all grown to love, and it's just not to be the case. And that scoreboard tells the story. One player was active for them. That was it. It was Stown. He was getting so much done. Everybody else quiet, right? Normally, Shush is a pretty good safe pair of hands, or Cadian's finding some impact on that AWP. Well, it's not to be. And now they have to do it on the T side.
They were using Summer as a lovely little kind of decoy, for lack of a better term, just drawing them in, and then he's peeking off of the hide of his teammate. Very cool, very cool. Let's get into our pistol. You can see Cadian's opted for a little util, the rest opting to equip themselves with a Kevlar vest, and the same, in fact, for TyLoo, 5 of them. So we got some headshots to be seen. Somebody hands Cadian one quick.
They're noisy too. He's hearing a lot of this.
Yeah, he's ready. He's got his head on a swivel. 2 quick headshots. Somebody.
He's looking the wrong way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, admittedly, he was solo. It has led to a very lost sight, and that's a very long-range goosh. Okay. Not the easiest of retakes. Bomb starts to tick.
2 up mid quite quickly here. Going to be able to clamp down on this.
Tessa's playing a very passive line. He's just dealing with any apps jumps. He can obviously strike. Stown's going to be the first contact here. Now drawing the crosshair. Summer does a lot with that, and it's up to Refresh to go all the clutch. Not to happen again. Attacker strings it together. 2 from him. And the retake is good. TyLoo take the pistol.
I love that. They just crept up and then exploded, right? Think how close they got to the site, and then everybody appeared at once. Because Heroic were playing so safe in the site, they didn't want to take those fights against the USPs. You understand that. But as soon as TyLoo note, okay, well, we're not getting any resistance, letting us walk in. You don't want to fumble it. They've gone in quickly, and it's not giving a chance for the Heroic players to react. And this one here, like, somebody is hearing 4 players running noisily on the wooden floorboards of apartments. And he's looking towards a hole, like a waterfall. In a pistol, you're expecting the waterfall at the end of a part. Able to flick around and grab a second. That was great from somebody.
Yeah, he's had his impact, hasn't he? I mean, we've seen much more impactful plays out of the boys from TyLoo.
Look at the buy right now for Heroic, though. They've actually been able to get out 3 AKs here. So
wow, Shush, the sacrificial martyr here.
Scout as well. So, okay, this is a juicy looking buy right here, but this could fall in multiple different ways. If TyLoo pick this up, they might be able to walk away with a couple of AK-47s here, and Heroic are going to be a bit of a hole. Really quiet scenes. I'm not sure if we change the names, it looks a lot like that first half, right? So TyLoo did a lot of this, just sitting back, taking their time, allowing the clock and utility to be whittled on down. Heroic are doing the exact same thing here. Pretty strong mid crossfire they have as well.
Get the silent mantle. Refresh given the gift of a bump.
This is difficult though, because the clear on the balcony position over towards the porch side, that won't be easy. And they also have a player tucked in Summer. And as well, you can get the strike from DanKing over towards that trash side. So posturing in Banana, waiting out this mid smoke.
Time sensitive. There's still more util to be dropped. Oh, another smoke. Like Heroic almost counting on Refresh or a very late hit.
They're going to have to go with about 15 seconds left. Or not a whole lot of time here unless they want to go through this fading smoke.
That seems the plan. Caden's been given the flash. It's not going to catch Attacker. He's in such a prime position to wreck him here. Oh my god, you see the damage. An armorless Cadian left wounded and not checking their corners. The clock's too light. The spray's a little shy, but it's not a problem. Laughed out of the round. TyLoo collect and connect. And the 3 AKs out of Heroic fall flat.
Beautiful stuff. 4 kills for Attacker there. Like that position, he didn't have to move from it from the start of the round. They didn't have to move that CT setup. Because of the slow nature of all of this, TyLoo just stuck to their guns. And now, I can't believe I'm saying this, they're in the lead. 9 to 8, it's likely to be 10 to 8 here, and some great shooting out of Attacker there.
Oh.
Just they've dealt with that. They get 2 AKs to carry on through. This is great for TyLoo now. All they need to do is keep this clean, and there's nothing on the other side of things that said it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Looking like a B rush though.
It is, and if they can handle business, it looks like they will, and they have. Somebody deals with the first 2. The nades are brilliant, so slowly contributes from the flame alone. The nade took a chunk out of them. Look at the CTs, they're pushing. They just want to finish this right now. Get SMG hunting.
Yeah, get them out of here.
They're feeling the mojo. It has led to the demise of DanKing, but not much more should be written in the chapter of Heroics. And there's 10. 10 to 8. They extend their lead, Chad. They've got goodies to spare. AK-47s for good measure. DanKing's on his signature weapon. And yeah, let's see if Heroic can give us a bit of a masterclass and do some convincing of their own here in the first gun.
Yeah, I think we might get a bit more flair out of this gun round as opposed to the ones where they forced him with the AKs. You were light on util. You couldn't have your safety net holding the flash, bottom of T stairs to flash up a banana. You didn't have all the smokes to extinguish the Molotovs, but now they do. So I think we should see something a bit more standard on this Heroic T side. But DanKing, how brave are you? How wide are you going to go? The tight line taken, the flash off, and just around the corner.
Ooh, yeah, that was lucky. The nade is well placed. Refresh swallows it.
Might even go with timing here. Like, it was looking like he wanted to go through that arch side smoke.
Yeah, but he's also just reminded himself of the score and doesn't want to be taking any of these unregistered gambles.
But now they're boxed in. Like, look how much banana pressure there is. They're all in this mid corridor. And a deeper smoke here as well.
Hyper.
They have 2 players at logs on the CT side. I don't think I've ever seen this.
I've never seen it. 1 anti as well. It's kooky.
And they're keeping 3 players banana here. It must be a detail that Heroic are going to want this banana control. They're going to fight for their lives here. They're not going to drop back.
They plan to win the round on Heroic's fight for this territory.
100%, and the bomb's coming in too.
Oh, first is found. Baited in perfectly. You're not going to check again. And slowly strikes. And a smoke on top to get him out. It's brilliant. Oh, and it's been rumbled by a smoke spray. Stown has given Heroic a little bit of a shining light at the end of a rather bleak tunnel.
Do you go A or B? That's the question. 45 seconds, plenty of time to make up your choice here.
The smoke would be perfect. If he drops that now, they're going to have about 20 seconds if they wanted to commit B, and it might enable a little bit of a gamble of sorts. There's only 2 of them left. DanKing, the solo A holder.
It's a good spot for this.
Yeah, potential timing on that long. He won't get paranoid just yet, but the flash... Oh, he has
crossed.
no info. He's worked it out, though. He's tracking as best he
here.
can. Oh my god, he's unchecked and he strikes onto Refresh. The bomb's now loose. And DanKing strikes us twice, maybe thrice.
Oh.
Tessus has time. Plenty of it. Summer this time thrust into the clutch. He's rotating in now, late now from Banana. 2 of the 3 required. DanKing's gone above and beyond. Summer has a kit. And 30 seconds to work his magic. Tessus concerned for long. Battle of wits between the 2 here. Tessus ready and strikes. Scary stuff. Heroic given the 9th. Again in a 1v1.
Oh, it looks so good for TyLoo, right? That banana setup, it looked great. You're thinking they're converting there. The kill through the smoke, that was the difference maker, right? Slowly going down, getting the ants in his pants, having to move out of that logs position. And when he drops, that was the difference maker because they were able to get the bomb back. They were able to pick that up and from there able to play out the round. But this DanKing moment, the fact that the first goes past and he doesn't even note, right? Like he has an idea, gets 2 kills, forces this into a one-on-one scenario. How much more do you need from DanKing there? Maybe a bit more because he has the AWP out again. TyLoo need to respond with a round of their own. Quicker here with the boiler control. Refresh up again.
Yeah, but bomb still T-stabs, indicative of perhaps just a little bit of a solo mission in towards the apartments.
Really enjoying the hedge of the 3 players B here again from TyLoo, right? They're happy just to have 2 defenders over towards the A side.
Yeah, and it could work wonders. Unfortunately, slowly was flash, doesn't quite catch. Cadian will punish.
I know there's at least one more on the
Yeah, but
B
they're looking
side.
like they've just got a very serious intent to finish right here and now. 4 on 4 as they do swallow that flash and unloading the mags. The CTs have done so much damage. The dust will settle into a 2v2. This nade could be set for glory.
Not bad.
It's a bit deep. On the money. The bullets are too. Shush is gone. The bomb now ticking and it's Cadian working with a bit of a limp. Anticipating the peak and gets the info. That's big from Summer. He knows. They know. Still knocks his head off. Just a little ahead of the Dan King arrival. And Cadian's playing good game. He's got his eyes in the prize and knows exactly when to strike Dan King. Couple of missed shots now, and Cadian's the clock's on his side. If he goes for the fake, Cadian, it's not a fake, it's a full 10 second, and he is sticking out in the smoke and the stab for good measure. Cadian pulls the clutch across the line. Again, though, every round we see Heroic convert, it is by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, there's been a lot of 1v1s in this one here, and we're tied up at 10-10, so hopefully we get a lot more. But both teams now are really stomaching some of these financial woes, being felt a little bit more so on the TyLoo side of things. Now, this is where a timeout is really important, because the discussion at this point is, hey, we know that their money sucks too. So do we want to go for a force buy here? The best we're going to be looking at is maybe some MP9s, maybe a couple of pistol upgrades. That's the best, right? With armor and some light util around it. But if we win that round, we can get this economy back in our favor. And that's going to have to be the conversation that's being had right now from TyLoo. Do we want to go all in? Do we want to chase this? Do we want to see if we can take it away from them? Or do we want to just concede and know that we can get it done when the rifles are back out? It's a big question to ask here as we're getting towards the business end of this one. Looks like they will be taking the save scenario. Flashbang out, P250. That's the best they have to boast right here. So it's going to be a top mid flash and a peak with 4 of them.
Like it. It's got legs. Just waiting for a sound cue, some sort of indicator. I'd love some util thrown up there just to imply a commitment, but look at the liberties taken now. Very loud. They know it's light.
Bombs there, execute coming soon.
Ah, brutal. Well, this is the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, if they, I guess if they had done it at most, there would have been 1 or 2 players in the mid corridor. Now, unlikely to find anybody. I feel like using the flash right now is almost a bit of a waste. So they will hold on to it. They just peek and call it clear. If they can use it to either head back over towards CT and maybe flash themselves in, or... Okay, they just don't want to give away anything. Fair enough.
Yeah, there's some MAC-10s hunting you.
This from a financial standpoint makes a lot of sense, right? If you're new at a Counter-Strike, if you're on the T side, right, and you don't die at the end of the round, you don't get the loss bonus. On the CT side, that doesn't happen, right? The Ts are the ones who have to force the objective. So that's to encourage them to actually go for the objective, right? So the CTs here, by staying alive, they will be avoiding death to those MAC-10s, which are $600 a pop. Whereas the AKs, they're $300 a pop. The AWP, it's $100 a pop. So not allowing Heroic to get the free kills is actually going to hamper them. They will get the round win bonus, right? But they don't get anything extra. And it also means that they're going to hold on to these MAC-10s. So we'll see how far we can keep that into play. But TyLoo being financially responsible here. Goes off. Unicorn round. As everybody stays alive. They don't happen too often.
Just like unicorns.
Yeah, that was... Yeah. I hope people at home would get that.
Just
Unless
making
you
sure.
believe in unicorns.
Well, we have to if we're using them as an analogy, right? It can't be a fictitious creature.
True. Well, yeah, you're right.
If they only show up sometimes, it means they're showing up.
Yeah, okay.
Oh
in
dear. Oh
people's
dear. Basically.
hallucinations, maybe.
Yes, okay. Or Anders' crazy weekends.
Yeah. It's just a Monday for Anders, right?
Let's go.
Fast up banana here. Quick boost, dealt with.
Yeah, Stound, the star of the Heroic show. He's been very quiet in the second half. Don't forget, came into the second half with 22.
Yeah, what's he at now? 23,
23.
so 1 kill. That's not a whole lot. But the workhorses, Cadian, Refresh, they've woken up a bit. Tessus as well. Number disadvantage to push the 4v5, not going to be easy. Flash is lined on up. Sandbag position still being held on to. The Hobbit-esque play here.
Yeah, I don't hate the flash as well. Should be in prime position. The trajectory of the nade alone.
He's out.
Yeah, he manages to get away completely. That's not bad.
Cadian.
Brave from Cadian. Peeks straight on in. A chance. Goes awry. 50 seconds then, and the bombs
They have smoke.
posturing B.
But they're not smoking it off just yet.
There you are.
Right,
Oh.
it was being forced out, and they had to.
Made him work for it though. Heroic. Pull out the smoke. There's more to be coming from the TyLoo defense.
Well, they only have one smoke, a flash, and a HE now for Heroic here to attack this A site, and there's two players still passive, one deep pit at Bike, one in the site tucked in on Cold Zero. So with this kind of a setup and low on time, it's not going to be easy to get on through.
Yeah, Refreshers are going to look to get space here. If he loses his life early, they're actually going long side. 20 seconds to go long side. You're going to have to get through the arch hold. You don't have util for this. You just hope it...
Oh, they've looked away. They've slipped the net. They've slipped the net.
They're going to gamble B. 3 of them leaning the wrong way.
Bomb spotted. They know what's
Attacker,
up.
he's still got help. And he's got the time on his side if he can just delay. And he
even get to
will.
the site?
He's done enough, I think.
Oh,
Oh, I'm not sure.
I thought it looked a bit late.
It looked late. It's just down in time. Hard to believe. Hard to stomach, perhaps. But TyLoo, they still have the man advantage. Get to work this one out. A nice smoke to neutralize the pit threat.
Oh, is there a one-way around that? Is there a gap?
He's going to investigate. He's got something there.
A tiny gap for Shush.
And Refresh does not have the ideal weapon for the job. Still, time-sensitive mission here. And Shush, oh, catches a whisper of somebody. The site's open for business and they know he's pit. There is a kit. Summer
10
has
seconds.
to be defusing now. And this is the frag. He needs to knock him off the bomb.
bodyguard.
And the bodyguard stands strong. Slowly, again, a component of it. MVP of the round is Attacker. He stood strong on the pit side. Okay.
Oh, the timing on that arch rotation is mental. As they were rounding that corner, they just peered away to hedge for the B gamble. That's what happens when you don't have any information late. And this is how it all started. That felt like a lifetime ago that Stown died. Jeez.
Nearly 3 out of Attacker as well. What? I mean, these rounds, there's a different flavor to them, Chad.
Yeah, these are nail biters here. And well, we continue to go back and forth. This one.
Make a wish, 11-11.
Oh, here's the change up. This is faster towards mid. That smoke, denial. They could flash through. It's a bit old school.
They're looking like it. And yeah, oh, I think they've second-guessed the boost. That's actually probably the best call because they'd have been caught fumbling. So they've reacted accordingly. Dan King slaps Tessus. He just went dry around the corner and Dan King punishes that.
They're still heading A here.
Yeah, library side smoke.
They really like this arch side, but there's 2 players over towards arch now. One library, one in arch. And they've dropped their own smokes forward.
Oh, a dink exchange. Shush's gun is just better. And so now, with lots of time, but lots of territory still under the CT control. It's the smokes that's breeding a little bit of ignorance. Don't know just quite how much pressure is on Attacker from the graveyard side.
Cadian searching.
That's a lie. He's got the support of that cold